Good day, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're going to bring a quick paneer matar to your kitchen, or paneer and peas masala. So we're starting off with a couple of tablespoons of oil, a knob of butter, and let the butter melt down real well. We're going to add in 4 onions. You don't really need to be bothered about the way they are chopped at this point in time. So that's 4 medium-sized onions, because they're anyway going to get pureed. And we're also adding in 4 whole red chilies, just dried red chilies. Along with that, it's going to be 1 knob of ginger and about 5 cloves of garlic. Now let this fry really well. To help it fry, you can also add your salt now. That's going to be 1 teaspoon of salt, and make sure the onions fry out really well. We want that nice golden brown texture on it. So it took the onions about 5 minutes to get to this texture. We're adding in now 10 cashew nuts. This is to make sure that the gravy is nice and creamy. So we will be adding a little bit of cream in this dish, but this cashew nut gives that a nice flavor and also a nice texture to your paneer matar. And now we are adding in 4 medium-sized tomatoes. Again, the beauty of this the dishes, you don't really need to be very precise about how you cut some of these these vegetables, these onions and tomatoes. You can just roughly chop them, because they're anyway going to get pureed. So now, for now, just make sure they fry really well until the onions are nice, soft and mushy. And the next thing is to just puree this. So this should take about 5 minutes again. You can also cover it, or you can just leave it uncovered. But just let it be there for 5 minutes until the tomatoes are nice and mushy. So this is the sort of consistency you want this tomato onion sort of gravy to be. And the next thing is to make sure it's blended to a nice pulp. So make sure you cool this down, get it into a mixie jar, and then blitz it to nice fine puree, and then we'll get back with the next steps. Right, so in the same pan, we're going to add a knob of butter, completely optional. You can also use regular vegetable oil for this. And we're going to add 1 bay leaf and a cinnamon stick. And along with this, we're going to add about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. And make sure this fries for at least 10 to 20 seconds. So now, the star of the show, we're going to add in this paste. Make sure you don't leave back any paste in the mixie jar. Make sure you add in some water and get everything into the pan. So add about half a cup of water, or however you want to have this gravy consistency to be, and then just a pinch of turmeric, probably a quarter teaspoon, and the last hopefully the last ingredient is about 3/4 of a teaspoon of garam masala, and give that a nice mix. And this is going to cook on a very low flame for about 8 minutes. And once it's done, we'll add in the peas. The peas we've actually cooked for about 10 minutes on medium to high flame. So we didn't have fresh peas. If you have fresh peas, you can just toss them in there. But we had the frozen ones, so we had to boil them. So yeah, let this stay on here for about 7 to 8 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, so we'll now start adding in the paneer pieces. You can cut them to however you'd like. So we are using 300 grams of paneer for this number of onions and for the number of tomatoes that we use. And the next thing would be to add in the green peas, and we're gonna again simmer this for at least a couple minutes, just to make sure that the paneer is cooked. And if you feel that the gravy is a little too thick, just make sure you add in about quarter cup or half a cup of water, and we can just after this finish this off with some fresh cream or heavy whipping cream, whichever you have at your disposal, along with some fresh coriander leaves. So just let this sort of simmer to make sure the paneer cooks a little bit and gets coated with the masala, and we'll be back to add the final garnishing on this. All right, so we've added in the fresh cream, and now the final step is to just garnish it with a little fresh coriander leaves, and off goes the flame, and just cover and keep it for maybe 5 minutes, and then I think you can start eating it. So it goes really well with chapatis and naans. We've made chapatis today. If you'd like to know how to make nice soft chapatis, please do let me know in the comments section. Until the next recipe, cheers, have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye now.